I think I've always believed in God. I know in the summer times when I was a little bit older, like 8 to 10 years old, I would go to vacation Bible school in my friend's backyard. And I know when I was around 8 or 9, I accepted Jesus into my heart, but I didn't really know exactly what that meant. My mother always, like if we had a problem or issue, she would say to pray about it. So I did always pray to God when I seemed to have a concern in life.
I remember one Sabbath morning I came here and I worked closely with the pastor. So when I arrived in his office, he put 2 envelopes in my hands. I see it is written on it. So I said, okay, maybe when I get home, I will take a look at it. So I arrived home after 5, 6 in the evening, because we spend the whole day here. And then I open up this envelope, and there was about 10 names on it. So I was going through the names and then I see the names and then where they're watching, they get free offer, they watch It Is Written, and all the free offers. So I decided, I said, okay, tomorrow is Sunday, I'm going to start calling these names again. So I called all the names. I only get a few of them answer the phone, and I said, okay, I'll call tomorrow again.
I belong to a Lutheran church, so I was baptized as a baby there, and I was confirmed at the Lutheran church. I always felt like I was reciting what was, in the hymnals, and in my later teens, I would start to feel like that there had to be something more than just what I was saying. I had been in a relationship in Pembroke, and he asked if, I would consider moving to Kitchener. And I don't think even a second went by, and I said yes immediately. I didn't pray about it, or I didn't consult with the Lord. I guess I was moving for love. And so when I moved here, I had quite the adjustment period, because I was working evenings and weekends, and I wasn't seeing my boyfriend for who I moved here for. I just found myself, I don't know, I guess you would call it depression. I was just getting kind of sad and discouraged, that I had hoped for a lot more.
So I talked to everybody, but Brigitte, she didn't tell her that for 6 weeks I was calling Brigitte. For 6 weeks I called Brigitte. No answers. I would leave messages for her. Because I never met her before.
I had some medical issues going on, and one day I had said something to my boyfriend, and he decided to say something to me that would be really devastating to me. And I would say I spent at least 6 or 7 months in torment. I was crying out to the Lord. I recall like being in the shower and not knowing the difference between my tears and the water coming from the shower. And I would hit against the tile, and I just kept on crying out to God, saying that He needed to fix this. And I recall one time just thinking, if this place had a garage, I would just park in it and leave the car running and go to sleep. That would be a lot easier. Occasionally I'd watched It Is Written on TV, and they were offering a DVD called The Truth, and I knew that had to be for me. One day, I can't even remember what day it was on, a gentleman left me a message and said that he was calling, because I didn't know the Seventh-day Adventist Church, I just probably picked up Adventist Church, and he said he was calling from the Adventist Church because he had gotten my phone number from It Is Written, that It Is Written when I had ordered something, they had passed my phone number on to the Kitchener Seventh-day Adventist Church, and that he didn't know what was going on in my life, but he wanted to encourage me and to give me hope. And I just started sobbing when I heard that message. I just knew that was God answering my prayer. And I saved that message, and I would listen to it every day.
So one evening from work, I decided to say, you know what, maybe this might be my last call, because it's been 6 weeks I called, and I took my shoes off, I put in my bag, and I went right on the phone. And I called, it was around after 5 in the evening, and she answered the phone. I don't know what to say now because it's been so long, but she started to speak. For hours, sometimes we'll be on the phone, sometimes 2 or 3 hours on the phone, and she will pour her heart out. And sometimes I have no words to tell her, because what can I tell her now? All that's what she's going through, what can I tell her?
So when Hector, that's the gentleman that called me the 3 times from the Seventh-day Adventist Church, he had said that he was inviting me to a church service on Sabbath, on a Saturday. I felt very comfortable at the church. Everybody was approaching me and welcoming me and just making me feel like a brother and sister of theirs, and I mean truly a brother and sister. People that I don't even know love me, unconditionally love me, and you know, the people that are supposed to love me or that I think are supposed to love me, you know, I'm having all this difficulty with. But yeah, no, I felt just love immediately entering in this church. It was a very peaceful atmosphere here for me, and I just felt like I was regaining some wholeness in my life.
I tell her, I said to her, no one person cannot bring nobody to God for their salvation. I would explain. I said to her, it is written, you know what it's like? It is written as the farmer here, preparing this land. The pastor is the farmer. Give it to the worker, which is me. From the worker, it went out to everybody playing the part to let the seed grow. And I said to her, the final water was that, to water the plant to grow, is baptism.
And so April the 15th, I was baptized. And I was, a few days before, I was excited like a bride, thinking that I was, you know, actually marrying Jesus. And yeah, it was one of the best days of my life.
And I'm always proud of her, because I could see that she is searching and looking.
When I found out who I am in Christ, that is what changed everything for me. I didn't have to listen really to what the world was saying about me anymore.
It was a roller coaster, but it was truly a blessing in my life to realize and never write people off. The Bible tells us that God said, my words go out, never come back void.
I know that Jesus is the answer to every crisis a person is having. He's the cure for everything. It's been the ultimate blessing just to be around all these wonderful people. Yeah, I've never felt such love in my entire life, and unconditional love. It's amazing.